Low energy, unfocused, foggy? You might be dehydrated. Whether it's hot yoga, over 100-degree weather, or too much sun. Gatorlight, with a specialized blend of 5 electrolytes, was scientifically designed to help move fluids into the body faster for rapid rehydration. Shop now at retailers nationwide. Gatorlight hydrates faster than water. Is it in you? Symptoms noted are signs of mild to moderate dehydration. Consult a healthcare professional if symptoms persist.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in-minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Coach. Another day, another
podcast.
Yeah, not another dollar. Another day, another dollar was the expression. I don't know. Expressions are being lost.
Are they though?
They really are. Kids don't know.
I think they're just changing. Well, they don't know hours. Like what? Yeah, they know theirs. And they have their own vocabulary, right?
Yeah, so. It's mid, you know.
Yeah. Shorter stuff.
It is shorter stuff.
Yeah.
What is it? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They look at you like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, no doubt. Well,
anyway, my grandma was big into those, so that was I always had those expressions. I don't know what the expression would be for today, but before we get talking about language and effective communication with teams, we're going to talk about the way you can have effective communication by learning everything you need to know in Coaching Youth Hoops, right, Coach?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we've done all the hard work for you so you can spend more time coaching your kids, not learning or researching the information. It's all right there for you. Run into practice. You can keep it on your phone. You can print it out and bring it. Offenses, defenses, guides, free guides. I mean, everything you need if you're a youth coach. Maybe you're not so comfortable yet, or you've been doing it for 20 years, right? We've combined our 65 plus years of experience and still going, by the way. So the information is fresh. We keep the latest on this podcast. So send it to a friend that really needs it as well. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com.
And we're going to talk about what I think is going to be, what am I going to say? It is going to be
game changer.
Nah, it's not a game changer. It's revolutionary.
Oh, I like that.
I think it's more revolutionary.
Yeah,
I do. I think this is, I'm surprised that, anyway, I think sideline savings is revolutionary. And what does a revolution look like? It looks like a change of like, whoa. So talk about sideline savings a little bit.
Yeah. So the idea was, it was dreamt up after seeing and hearing parents complain honestly about, I just paid, X number of dollars for this club team. Now I got to pay to go watch my kids. And I'm like, okay, what can we do about this? So we came up with sideline savings, where not only do we help tournament operators with access to games and ticketing, but we also help parents by saving money getting into those games. So we created a loyalty layer on top of a ticketing company and along with a communications platform, all in one, really easy to use for both parents. There's no apps to download. The learning curve is pretty simple for tournament operators as well. They can be literally up and running within 24 hours or less. You have a tournament on Saturday, it's Wednesday, we'll get you up and running in no time. So go check it out at sidelinesavings.com.
If you're a tournament operator or know a tournament operator, you'd be silly. It'd be silly not to call coach.
You're working way too hard.
Way too hard. And you're keeping and there's money on the table for you. Don't leave money.
Yeah.
Don't leave money on the table. Anyway. More money to be made for you through the tournament director. Go over and check it out. Sidelinesavings.com. All right. So speaking their language, effective communication. What are you talking about, Coach?
Well, it's this came up with within our Facebook group and some other comments from coaches is, the kids aren't listening to me, right? I'm going to interpret some of that as they're not doing what I'm teaching them on the court, or they're goofing around in practice, or this could be taken in multiple different ways. But let's break this down into maybe two big chunks, which is, quote unquote, they're not listening to me. So keep it simple. I'm teaching an offense and they're not doing the offense. They're not listening to me, right? You can interpret it that way. So how do you overcome these concepts if they're not listening to me? And I think it boils down into, well, how are you communicating with them? Is it age appropriate? What's your tone? Are you breaking things down into simple terms? A couple podcasts ago, we were talking about creating things that are names for your drills and plays that are memorable, right? That are rhymes that they can, or broken down into groups of 3. Are you talking too much in practice and they've tuned you out? You got to remember, we're in the Instagram, Facebook, aging myself, TikTok, right? So their level of
attention
focus,
span
span is lower, right? So we have to talk in more sound bites.
Yep.
And also, can you relate with them in any way? I'm a 50-some-year-old man, right? But, the biggest or the biggest moment when I knew I kind of made it was, so to speak, with my team, is when they invited me to do a TikTok with them.
There you go.
Into their circle, right? Yes. Because I was cool enough.
Yes. Otherwise, you're not getting into the TikTok. I know.
I'm not getting into the TikTok. I'm not getting into that circle, right? So, I thought that was, okay. So they, I can relate with them in whatever capacity.
You have to relate with, what are they doing? How are they doing it? How often are they doing it? Why are they doing it? Like, all those things are important. And then you got to be able to lean into it. Like, how are they? Maybe it's AI, maybe it's TikTok, like a TikTok thing. Maybe it's how they're like us talking about, expressions and things. It's like, how are they talking and how are they communicating? Because that, you got to break it down to the point. I always say that I have to be able to share it with my 87-year-old mom.
Mm-hmm.
I have to, quote unquote, make it so simple that she understands this is how your Wi-Fi works, and this is the difference between Wi-Fi and wireless, and this is the difference between a router and
Bluetooth. Right?
Bluetooth. All those things. Like, I have to be able to. So if I know it well enough that I can explain it to her, it's similar that they're going to be able to explain it to you, kind of thing. It's that trickle effect a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to keep it that simple, that basic, and think about the communication. We know what the midline or helpline is, but are we able to convey it to them in a simple, condensed, keep it simple, stupid. But the KISS method is still works in today's world. But you want to keep it in that condensed version as far as communication goes. I think it's like,
well, and I saw another big part of this too is, what are you teaching them at what level? When you say they're not listening to you, right? Maybe it's because their brain capacity is just not there, and the
There.
spatial concepts and it takes repetition.
Right. It does.
Right. And, again, you can teach some of the advanced players tougher concepts, but they have a limit as well. But we're talking about the youth here. So, again, they get 100 things on their mind, and, they come to play basketball for the community and for the fun of it. And you have to inject that fun, but you also have to teach to their level, teach the right things at the right time. And, that's what we've kind of broken down at Coaching Youth Hoops, at understanding their age and what you should be teaching them at that age and what they should learn. And of course, you're going to have smarter kids, basketball IQs a little bit higher, one person on your team or a team overall, then just make those adjustments. But the other big thing is that I think changed is, you alluded to it, is having a common vocabulary. I actually give my team a vocabulary list. So when I say X, they know what that equals, and it's age appropriate. And it's either, obviously there's different words talking about the same thing. So I want them to at least have a base understanding of vocabulary, and that helps with that listening piece. And it's listening / understanding, right?
No,
Huge pieces.
It's huge pieces, I think, and it's like you can't overemphasize the importance of it. I think people kind of gloss over that, and you're not going to be successful in any endeavor if you don't communicate.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't communicate using this same thesaurus. May really age myself, or the same dictionary, or the same vernacular. It's really hard. And I think that's really important moving forward.
Well, and also just, little things is they will respond, when they know that you care.
Oh yeah.
Are you showing them that you care? And what does that mean? Oh, of course I'm showing up for every practice. I'm dedicating all this time. Yeah, but did you ask them what they did last weekend?
Right.
Or how was your, birthday party you had? Or, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Or, hey, how was school today? What was the big subject you learned at school today? Right? You do have to break those things down and talk to them and get to know them a little bit. And then, again, you're gonna get out of it what you hope for, which is them listening, kind of. And actually thought about the big thing is ask them questions and ask them to respond to those questions, and make it comfortable when you ask them questions that it's okay to have the wrong answer. Right?
That's a good idea.
And vice versa, where they feel very comfortable asking you questions.
Right.
And you're like, oh, yeah, I already taught that. You should know that. That's not the right response.
No.
Right. And, encourage questions. And I even sometimes too, it's like, if you don't understand why we're doing it, just ask. I will tell you. Sometimes I skip over the why, and I try not to, and I explain, hey, we need to set this screen to create this space, right? As an example, right? So give them the why behind it as well. When you say they're not listening, maybe they just don't know why you're doing it. And just, again, make it a place where failure is okay, because they're going to fail in practice. Then they're going to listen and respond. Make it a point of asking them questions. So, for example, teach them a concept and then ask them questions about that concept.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah. Talk less.
Yeah. Let them talk.
Let them talk. I mean, that's part of the issue too,
Yeah. And then also have peer-to-peer learning. Hey, Steve, come up and tell us about X.
Right.
Because they're going to hear their peers, and maybe they'll say it in their language back to their peers. Oh, okay, I heard the way you said it. Maybe that's what I should talk about, right?
Right.
Maybe I should say it that way, Sometimes they don't listen, or you think they're not listening. It's just, they just don't know. Right? They don't know what you just said. The heck does that mean? Right.
Yeah.
So, and you'll see that change if you engage with them. If you break things down age appropriate, ask them questions, have them repeat what you just said, It goes back to that. There's a free document on our website. While I pull that up, Steve, anything?
No,
I'll give you guys the URL on that.
On the URL. Yeah, because it's probably a really long URL, Bill.
Yeah, it is.
No, but anyway, no, I think communication should be one of the pillars of your program, and it's worth your time. You know, check it out in Coaching Youth Hoops, but it's worth your time to sit down and decide how you're going to communicate and what your, playbook or whatever key components are going to look like. So you're all kind of talking, especially if you're in an organization. You would think most organizations, as Bill just lost his AirPod out of his ear. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I got you.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's an important thing. It's just to have that, that quotation, that thing that you're working on as far as a group goes. What do you think, Coach?
And I found the document that I was looking for. If you go to our website, you go to free resources on the top nav bar and scroll to player development. It's at coachingyouthhoops.com, and then the nav bar free resources and player development. That'll give you that should help as well. It's not exactly on target, but the concepts are there. It's just basically the idea of, why do players forget plays and how to teach them. And it's listening and how to interact with kids too. So it's in that same vein. I think it might be a helpful guide if you're struggling of having kids listen to you.
All right. Anything else, Coach? Go over and check out Sideline Savings and
now I lost you. You on mute?
Yeah. I'm not. I am not on mute, but he is. But I'm going to say goodbye. We'll all say goodbye. Something happened to Coach's AirPods. So
till next time.
Next time. All right. Till next time.